Hi all of you, back with another video. In this video I'm going to show you Docker volume, how to create Docker volume, with your Docker file, how to write Docker file to create a Docker volume. So let me just copy my IP address and paste it here, and now it's time to log in into my EC2 instance, EC2 hyphen user. Okay, there is something, I think there is error. Now it's time to change your size of font. Let me change font first. Now its size should be 26 bold. Okay, let me change font to this one, bold. No, it has only 14 size. So let me apply this. Also change color for now. Let me take aqua. Okay, so now it's good. Now it's time to log in as root user. Alright, now you can see that, and now I am root user. So let me start my service of Docker. Okay, service Docker start. Now as you can see that my Docker service is started. So now let me create a Docker file. Let me do ls. Let me remove all this stuff. rm hyphen rf star for all. Now you can see that there is nothing now. Okay, so let me create a new Docker file to create volume byte. Okay, so let me first delete this again. Cannot remove rm. Okay, rm hyphen rf. Now you can see that there is nothing. Now let me create again Docker file. Let me create with cat Docker file. Okay, cat. Now here this. So first you have to write from in capital, and now you have to mention any OS which you want. Let me write here Ubuntu. Okay, Ubuntu 20.04. Now you have to write volume. Okay, here you have to add here brackets in this, these inverted commas. Now you have to write the name of your volume. Let me write my volume. So this is name of my volume. I think this much instructions are enough. Okay, so now let me show you how this whole thing is working. This is your Docker file, and now you have mentioned all the instructions to create a volume. Okay, so now it's time to create a volume. So now let me first create image. Now second step is to create image. Okay, image of, because by Docker file, as you all know, you create image. So now I will create image, and it contains your volume. Okay, because I have already mentioned in my Docker file. So let's create image out of that. What is the command? Docker build hyphen t. First let me show you all images. Docker images. Okay, these are all your images. Okay, so let me clear this. So now Docker build hyphen t, and your hyphen t, your image name. Image name should be vol image. Vol image means image which contains volume. now dot, because this is my current directory, my docker file is in my current directory, so that's why I typed here dot. Okay, so now it's time to build that image. So as you all can see, in first step the Ubuntu is used as OS, and in the second step, as you can see, my volume is created. Okay, and its name is also my volume. Okay, you can see here, successfully built, successfully tagged. Okay, wall image, this is name of my image. Okay, so let me clear, let me run that command again, docker images. Now you can see that this is my image. Okay, 47 seconds ago, 72.8 MB. So now let me show you, it's time to create container. Okay, it's time to create container out of that image. Let me go here. So now let me show you, it's time to create container. Okay, it's time to create container. So this is your container. Let me write here cont means containers. So this is your container now. Okay, so let's create that container, not build. So now it's time to run the command again. As you all know, command docker run -it. If you want to interact, so use -it. Now it's time to give name to that container, -f name. Now name should be, what name should be? Name should be, let me think something, cont 11. Okay, so this is my name of container, and this container should use that image. What is image, the name of my image? Wall img. I think this is the name of my image, wall img. As you all can see here, wall img. Okay, so now use bin bash. Okay, so now I am creating container with that image, which means the my container will use OS as Ubuntu. Okay, my container use OS Ubuntu, and it will build with volume, because my image has volume, so that's why container will also created with volume. Let me show you. Now it's time to run the command. Unable to find image, wall image, error response from daemon, pull access denied for wall image repository does not exist. Let me see the spelling image now here. Okay, so the spelling of image is incorrect. Now it's time to correct the spelling image. Okay, now I think the spelling is, yeah, it is now correct. Alright, so now it's time to create container. Let me just press enter. Now you can see that now I am in my container, as you all can see. So let me do ls. So now you can see that this is my volume. Okay, this is volume and its name is my volume. Okay, and as you all can see, these all are file system of Linux. So these are operating system files. As we see in our C drive, those are operating system files of Windows, and this is operating system file of Linux. Okay, so now let me go to this my volume. Now let me create some files. Touch anything, I can create anything. Let me create a file name as let me write, not this, let me write Camaro, and let me write Corvette, and last should be R8. Okay, R8. So these files, these are my empty files. Now I've created, as you all can see here. Okay, these all are my files in my volume 1, not volume 1. These are files in my volume. Okay, in this. Now it's time to first clear screen, and now it's time to exit from this container. Okay, so now it's time to create another container. Okay, so volume is just like a storage. Let me show you. So two or more containers can communicate with a single volume. It is kind of a storage, and anybody can access anything in the volume. Okay, so let me show you. Again, I'm running that command docker run. I'm now creating another container, -it name should be cont22. Okay, and now it's time to give privilege, privileged is equal to true. Privilege should be true, and volumes from cont11, and OS should be Ubuntu. Now bin bash. Okay, now I think everything is good. Let me run this command. Privileged unknown flag. I think there is a spelling mistake. Let me correct this. Privileged. Now it's time to run this command. As you all can see, now I am in my container, and let me do ls. So as you all can see, now it contains my volume, because in this, okay, here, because my this now my second container is made by this, my first container, which was my container 11. Okay, so now this is my second container, and this is my 22. Okay, so as you all can see that, so this image contains your volume, and this container is created by this image, and this container is created by this container. Okay, so this container is created by this container. Okay, so this contains volume. Okay, this contain volume, let me write it again. Volume. Okay, this container contains volume. So now my container 22 is also created by this container, which was your container 11. So it also contains your my volume. Let me see, it contains all the files or not. cd my volume. If I do ls, now you can see that this container also contains all the stuff which contains this container. Okay, so they both contains same stuff. Okay, they both contains same stuff, which means a volume is in between those containers. Okay, let me create a volume. So a volume is between these both containers. Okay, all right, as you all can see, this is your volume. Okay, so this is content whatever I write here. Let me create something else. Let me create ls. Now you can see that all of the stuff is here. Now let me create something more files. Touch. Now it's time to write like dodge viper hellcat. Okay, so now it's time to exit from this container. Now it's time to first let me see what where all are my containers. -a. Now you all can see that this was my last container, so I have to start this container cont11 and let me see it contains all the stuff or not which I created recently. So let me clear the screen. Now it's time to docker start the container, docker start. Now paste cont11. So now my container 11 is started. Now it's time to attach as well, docker attach cont11. So now I am in that container. Let me do ls. Let me go to my volume. Now let me do ls. Now you can see that it contains all this stuff, dodge, hellcat, viper, which I recently created, because they both are sharing same volume. Here as you can see that this is your volume. Let me create this big. Okay, so this is your volume. So now it contains all stuff. They both can access, they both containers can access this volume, and they both can add stuff or delete stuff because they are sharing same volume. Okay, I think now you all are understand the concept of volume. Okay, and if not, I will create another video on volume, docker volume, how to create a volume only by using command, not with the docker file, only by using command. I will create video. The next video will be uploaded of docker volume again, how to create with command. So I will be meet you in my next video.